Bill. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm often asked, should I do an exam, or do I have to do an exam? Must I do exams? And herein lies the question. Sometimes, of course, you don't get a choice if you've got to do it. For example, I know that for my A-level, it was linked to the Oxford exam board, and so I had to get my grade 8. If I didn't take my grade 8 piano or flute, I needed one grade 8 at least in order to pass my exam. No choice, you just got to practice and get on with it. Outside of that, if you have a choice, well, ultimately, I guess it's up to you. However, my thoughts are, have a go. Just have a go. I do think that exams have their place. They're not the be-all and the end-all, and we'll talk about the problems that can arise if you only do exams. However, if you do have the choice, just go for it. I do think it's a really good focus to your practice. It really puts a deadline in place that means you have to practice, whereas other times, if you perhaps haven't got that push, it's very easy to just not bother. So it kind of motivates your practice and gives you an end date, something to aim for, something to focus your efforts upon. I do think as well they are really, really good in making you play things that you wouldn't ordinarily choose to play. It helps you to learn to appreciate new forms of music. Sometimes you'll start a piece. I know it often happens, particularly for me when I'm in choir, if I'm singing. I first sort of hear a piece and look at a piece and think, oh, don't think I fancy this, don't like it. And then they grow as really. And after a little bit of practice and you've kind of got inside the piece, but think, oh yeah, actually, I really like this. And so it develops your taste and forces you to step outside of what you're usually comfortable with. It really helps you to learn to enjoy and embrace all sorts of different forms of music. I think as well, it's just good to put yourself under the spotlight a little bit. It really hones your playing ability because it just puts that last pressure on. And I know it's the same if you go for a lesson. I do emphasise in that you'll be playing at home and it'll be kind of fine really. And then you get to your lesson and any little insecurities in the music will come bubbling right to the top and all the mistakes come out. It's like, oh, this has gone so wrong. And so times that by 100 and that's what you get in the exam room. So you think you've got it sorted, and so you put yourself in mock exam situations, put yourself under that pressure, and that really does then reveal, well, do you know it, or is it just when there's no pressure on, you can just about get through it? There's a famous quote, I should know who the quote is, but it's you shouldn't practice until you get something right, you should keep practicing it till you just can't get it wrong. And I think that's what exams do. And so it's a bit of a litmus test for your playing ability. I think as well, it's a good idea to just embrace the opportunity really. And if you're taking an exam through choice, if something dreadful happens on the day, something really awful happens, I don't know, you've got your music upside down, or you play completely the wrong piece, or you're not well, or something happens where you just really don't do well at all. Well, it's okay. So what? In the rich pattern of life, so what? It doesn't matter. And I think my gran always used to say, it's all in life's rich pattern, well, you just chalk it up to experience and there's no judgment in it. It doesn't matter. You can try again. It doesn't matter. So I think that's a good opportunity to just sort of embrace the challenge and have a go. And there are lots and lots of benefits. It is true that an exam is only a snapshot of your performance ability. It's just how you played at that moment on that day. You could come away thinking, oh, a bit of adrenaline's really done me good and it's really sort of put the spurs on and I did that really, really well. And that's down to how you handle your nerves. Again, that's another important skill in performance. And I've done a whole vlog on exam nerves. So, by all means have a look at that. And it's part of the job. It's just something you get used to. I don't think they ever fully go away. But if it all just becomes too much and it all falls apart, it's just a snapshot on that day. And of course there are degrees in between that, well, I did okay, but I've done it better at home, or I've done it better in my lesson. And, it's just, that's the deal really. However, if you only do exams, so if you go from grade 1 to grade 2 to grade 3 to grade 5, and you just do exam, and I know I get a lot of this when I'm teaching, there's a lot of pressure on, and I think, understandably so. You've got a short sort of school life. It doesn't feel like it while you're there, I know, but you've got a short few years in your sort of high school life, and you've got to get to this certain point by the time you leave school or something like that. So there is a degree of pressure to just keep moving through the exams. However, then it's very easy to get tunnel vision, and so you play these exam pieces. And so yes, you do get a nice cross section of pieces, and you do learn to play lots and lots of different styles, but perhaps you never quite get the gist of playing because you enjoy it, or I'd really love to play this piece of music, and now I've done these exams and I've got these skills under my fingers, now that I can do it, I'd really like to just play this piece just because I love it. And then you're practicing because of the love of the subject, as well as just digging in and getting the exams under your belt, really. And so there's a balance to be had for sure. You don't have to do exams. Exams aren't always the answer. It's not all about doing exams, but just now and then. And it seems a strange thing to be saying this now, especially while at the moment here there are no exams going on at all because of lockdown and so on. But don't lose your focus. Keep that going, because things will be coming back, or of course there's the option of the performance exam, which is remotely assessed. Just keep your focus, give it a go, and keep that in the back of your mind to help keeping you motivated, keeping your skills sharp, and sometimes just pop yourself outside of your comfort zone and give it a whirl. I do suggest you just give it a go. Thanks for listening. Bye.